Hello everybody, my name is EpicEvan74 and this is Among Us. And this is going to be an educational Among Us video. You may be a pro player, but are you really? This video is gonna show... fuck, actually. Maybe you might not be a pro player and you're here because you want to be a more pro player. So this video is gonna show you how to, this is gonna inform you how to tell if people are faking tasks. Right, so you know about the 2-part task and 3-part tasks. You're gonna be able to tell if someone is faking one of those. The best way to tell is on the Polis and Skeld maps because Myra doesn't have that many. As you can see, my tasks are 2.3-part tasks or they're long tasks. Oh, man. Cool Halloween stuff. Anyways, notice this medbay sample. In the beginning of the game, if you see someone pop in medbay and they do the spec sample, they have to show up within 60 seconds or at some point. If they never come back, they're probably the imposter and they tried to lie to you. They tried to fake you out. Another one that's easy to tell is storage. And first they have to fuel up the canister like so. Then they have to do the top engine, fuel that up, and then they have to go back to the canister and then go to the bottom one. So if someone goes to the storage thing, but then they don't do the engines at all, because why would they? Or if they do the bottom one first and then the top one, they're faking you. Also, if they do the top one and then try to pretend like they're doing the bottom without coming back to this canister first, then they are trying to fake you. But remember, at any point where they're doing the task, the bar will never go up until they're actually completely done with both engines, as you just saw before. So the bar won't go up until all parts of their task are done. This also applies with the align thing, the align engines task. They have to start at the top and then do the bottom one, and the bar will not go up until they've done both of them. So they have to do the bottom one last, and then if the bar goes up, they are fine. If they do it in correct order, they're probably fine. But, you know, if they start bottom, do top next, they are lying to you. This other one is divert power, and there's also the downloads. Now, I'm figuring this out from Toast, who used his massive brain and figured this out. Basically, the download, anywhere you download, electrical, weapons, comms, no matter where you download, the upload part is always going to be at admin next. So the bar won't go up if they do download, but when they do upload to admin, that's the next thing they should do. And also, divert power, it's whatever those white things that a person is gonna walk up to. But if they walk up to that and pretend to do it in the beginning of the game or before they ever walk into electrical, then they are pulling a big phony on you and probably call the button to let everyone else know. Right, so again, anywhere you download, this is the example I'm gonna make. So my first down was at electrical, and then I uploaded at admin. And again, the download at weapon, or no, navigation. The next part is always going to be upload at admin, always. And then there's also trash. It is a visual task, but the first part of trash should always start at cafeteria, and then the last one will be down at storage. But if they do the trash at cafeteria and then they don't go down to storage for the next part of trash, they are probably faking it. Alright, and then the other map being Polis. There's the same... It's almost the same thing as Skeld, but there's a couple differences. Like, for example, trash, that's at O2, and it's not a 2-part task. So let me just fill out the 2-part task and I'll explain. Okay, these are your visual... No, not visual. These are your 3-part tests. Now, the start one is the boiler room, open waterways. This one, it's not that pretty at all. It's a 3-part task, so the bar isn't going to go up unless they do all 3 of them. However, it's kind of hard to tell if people are faking it because you can do whichever one you want first. It doesn't specifically want you to do the left one, then the right one, then the one outside. No, you can do it any order you want. It does not matter. So it could be a little hard to tell if someone fakes the waterways. However, you remember on Skeld, where if you did the download and then the upload at admin, this map is different. So for this map, the downloads are anywhere, but then the uploads are always going to be at comms, as you can see. Now, don't be thinking that if comms get sabotaged, you can't do downloads and uploads, because one of my friends tried to vote me off for saying I faked a download, when literally I didn't, because comms were sabotaged and they thought I couldn't do upload while sabotage was happening, so they hit the button and tried to vote me off. It was pretty funny. So if he thought that before, there's your myth busted. If the comms are sabotaged, you can still do the download and upload. You can't assume that someone's faking it because of that. The things that do go down, however, are vitals, security, and admin. They, of course, stop working. The next one is in storage with the fuel. I mastered this one on Eris. He fueled up the thing, but had no idea where the engines were, so he couldn't fake it as imposter, and then I caught on to him and then voted him out, and he was it. So the fuels are up here, and what you have to do is fuel up your canister, then you have to go to the right side first, and then the left side. But you do the right side, and then you have to come back to real fuel the thing, and then you do the left side. So if they do the left side first, or if they never do the engines after doing the fuel canister in storage, they are probably faking it. Also, if they go from right side immediately to left side, pretend like they're doing it, they're faking it because they didn't get more fuel. So then my next complex is wires. There's 3 different patterns and they're pretty randomized, so good luck memorizing them. One of the patterns is it first starts in O2, then the second one is at laboratory, right outside decontamination, and then the third and final one is right above the hole in the bathroom stalls. And I don't like doing the wires there because people think I vent, because you are standing over one. So yeah, I don't know about the other patterns. I haven't memorized them, but I know that one pattern starts in O2, second one is right outside decontamination, then the third one is on that bathroom stall. And then also, of course, again, same with the Skeld. If you see someone do the sample and they don't come back in 60 seconds to finish it, they probably faking it. It's hard to tell if people fake wires because you pretty much have to have memorized the positioning, well, not the positioning the wires, but the times that you have to go to them. Yeah. And then I had a couple tests to show that the reboot Wi-Fi, they do it, and they have to come back in 60 seconds and do it again. But if they don't, then they're probably faking it. Yeah, you get the drill by now. And then specimen room, there's a download. Anywhere there's a download, even in office, there's always a download. Obviously, there's a download at office, a specimen, at electrical, and maybe a couple other places. Yeah, in O2. Those are all the download places, and then the upload, yeah, as I've said before, is always going to be at comms. And then the last 2-part task, I took note of this on one of Markiplier's videos where Sean said he saw Chill do this maze thing and then the bar didn't go up. That's because it's a 2-part task. First, you do the maze at any of the maze places. Typically the crewmate is going to have one of these maze things, but any one of them they do, their second part to the task to finish it is going to be in laboratory, and it's going to be this thing right here where they flip the switch, and that is their part task. So if they go up to the maze thing and then they don't go to here to finish it off, they're probably faking it. It's a heavy probably, because maybe sometimes you can end up accusing innocent crewmate on accident, but that's pretty much it for Polis. And then Myra HQ is our final one, but it's pretty hard. I'll show you why. Oh, and by the way, this is another pattern to the wires in case you want to try and memorize it or something. Apparently, you can do the office wires through the walls. Alright, so there isn't many 2-part tasks on Myra HQ. The only ones I'm pretty sure are the divert power and wiring. So those ones are they're kind of hard to tell if people fake. So that's why didn't really do this one, but there is one thing to keep in mind. If you see someone do the diagnostics on the launch pad in the beginning, they have to come back and do it, because if they never do, they're probably ips. There's probably orders for the wiring. This one pattern I got first started outside of storage, which is where the watering can is, and then the next one is outside a decontamination. Then the last set of wiring was outside O2, outside office. There was this one other pattern too that I tried memorizing, where it starts here. Then the next one, the second one, is outside decontamination, right here. Then the third and final one is up in between reactor and laboratory. And yeah, that's basically about it. So that's why Myra is a bit harder to tell people faking secondary tasks. Well, not secondary, the two-part tasks. Because you have to kind of memorize the wiring. And however, of course, on Skeld and Polis, as I showed you, it is, as you can see, like, easier to tell if people are faking it. I've got my friends doing that a lot, and I've been such a detective with them. So I wanted to share my strategy with you guys for this, and yeah. Hope this video helped you become a better player at Among Us, like being able to tell if the imposter is faking tasks, and also something to keep out if you're the imposter. So just like never fake tasks, and if you do, try to do it in the order I showed you so that you look innocent enough. They still might call the button and say you're faking it, but it's your best chances at not being thrown off. So thanks again for watching, I hope it helped, and as always, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.